Day 49, North Beach. I love North Beach. North Beach is San Francisco's Italian neighborhood. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I have not been to Europe yet, but I have been told that North Beach is the part of San Francisco that's the most like Europe. Again, can't confirm that. North Beach literally used to be the beach on the north. That's where the name comes from. And it's kind of hard to believe that, but I'm gonna find a picture of what the original shoreline used to look like. I should probably do a video just on landfill, but in a nutshell, lots of San Francisco is built on landfill. So some of the main strips of North Beach: Columbus Street, Montgomery Street, which is kind of between more in like the financial district. Both of those used to be shorelines. So like Columbus is one of the main strips and it's very wide. That's one indication that a street used to be a shoreline. And in San Francisco, the landfill extension went on until the 1960s. Anyway, back to North Beach. So North Beach has this really, really beautiful park called Washington Square Park, where you can see Coit Tower. It's San Francisco and California are known for our parks. Like, it literally looks like a scene out of a postcard. And if it wasn't for the fact that it's a little too out there in terms of like, I like to be a little closer to like downtown, and North Beach is kind of like on the more or less the outskirts of downtown, and then you get into the Embarcadero, Fisherman's Wharf, etc. Otherwise, North Beach would probably be a neighborhood that I'd like to live in. But and I've actually heard people say that North Beach is one of the best neighborhoods in the entire United States, and I can definitely speak to that. It's just not necessarily what I'm looking for, but for like, the weather's perfect. Like I already said, one of the most walkable parts of San Francisco. Excellent, excellent, excellent restaurants. Let's talk about some of the history, because the history of North Beach, there's no way I'm gonna be able to cover it in this video. But back to Washington Square Park. So there's this really beautiful church, St. Peter and Paul Church, that is across the street from there. The church, I think it's like the parsonage, like the little office right next to it, has the address 666 Filbert. Yeah. And you might recognize the church from, there's a few things that have taken place there. There's a scene in the movie about the Zodiac Killer where they kill a priest coming down the steps of the church. Pretty sure that's what takes place. Most people recognize St. Peter and Paul Church from a photo shoot that Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio did in front of the church, pretending that they got married there. But actually what they did is they got married at City Hall and then had the photo shoot there because the Pope wouldn't give them permission. There's some little San Francisco tea for you. But North Beach is surrounded by the water, the ocean, Fisherman's Wharf, Telegraph Hill, Chinatown, and like kind of then bordering the financial district. Oh, and Nob Hill. So I know that sounds a little confusing, but I guess once you actually hit the water, that's Fisherman's Wharf. So North Beach is a little bit more inland. That's why it's a little short. So actually, I don't think parts of North Beach touch the water. I'm wrong about that. So it's like Telegraph Hill, which is exactly what it sounds like, a hill. Fisherman's Wharf on the other side, which according to the map, I hope I'm not being too confusing, but Fisherman's Wharf, according to the map, is part of Russian Hill. I'm a San Francisco native. I consider them to be two different things. So Fisherman's Wharf, what they call Russian Hill on the map, Telegraph Hill, Nob Hill, and then parts of Financial District Chinatown. Again, the purpose of these videos is for me to do this not off spur of the moment, not be looking at a map, minimal illustrations, etc., because these are videos about my viewpoint as a 6th generation San Franciscan. Anyway, that's a little bit about North Beach. Again, I promise you I've barely scraped the surface. Go look up who the Beatniks were. Go look up who Lawrence Ferlinghetti was. Go look up who Allen Ginsberg was. Go look up who Jack Kerouac was. The only reason I haven't really covered them in this video is because I will probably do videos about a couple of those people individually. That's how larger than life they were. Anyway, there's a little bit about North Beach, one of the best neighborhoods in San Francisco.